KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Okay, so Monday is April 1st. We can promise you what we're about ready to tell you is not an April Fool's joke.
It is not. Taylor Swift is coming back to the States for another round of the Eras Tour. She's hitting Miami, Indianapolis, and New Orleans. 3 nights in each one of those cities. We have a chance here with KRBE to send you to not one but 3 trips. There are 3 cities that you can hit with this.
Awesome.
So we've got 4 times a day starting on Monday for you to text the national keyword and have a chance at this trip. Airfare, hotel, $500 in spending cash. So you can put your favorite outfit together. So when you join us on Monday, it is April Fool's Day, but that is not a joke.
No.
8, 11, 2, and 5 are the times.
We're not doing any April Fool's stuff.
I'm sorry.
We're
it's
already
just not
going to
worth
just put
it.
it out there. We are not going to prank you on
that's
April Fool's.
That's what they say,
No,
but
I swear.
no. We don't feel like getting called into the boss's
Well,
office.
in the past, we've done some pretty epic ones, but the world has changed since then.
Yes. Humor has been sucked out of the world.
We don't do pranks anymore on April Fool's Day. The Taylor Swift thing is not a prank, but this is.
104.1 KRBE.
Did you know the 3-digit extension is a...
All right, let's hit it. Now time for Roula and Ryan's prank call.
All right, Kevin, what is this all about this morning?
Well, first, wait, can we tell people how to get in touch with you,
Because you can
Kev?
always use more.
Yes.
I actually, I've almost exhausted my whole list. The other thing is, people aren't picking up the phone when I'm calling to set it up with you. If you email me, if you went to the website, krbe.com/prank call requests, please pick up the phone.
Yeah, I know. Even if it's an unknown number, I know but you wanted it this way.
That's my problem. I'd be like,
Yeah.
nope, I don't spam.
I don't
know,
recognize.
I
I
know.
don't pick
Because
up.
then you have to leave a voicemail, and they realize it was you, and they're trying to call you back. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, today, who do we have on the line?
Oh, yeah.
My husband has a blue Cadillac GTS, and it has no license plate on it. It's been parked there for about 2 to 3 months, and we're not able to fix it. So it's just sitting there. So I want to get a person from the HOA to call him and tell him it needs to be moved.
Is that the only vehicle that's in the driveway that's taking up space and not running?
At first he had 2, but he sold 1, so
All right.
now it's just the 1.
All right, cool. So can we ask him if he's running a used car lot out of there?
Yes.
Are there any other violations that I could hit him with that he might get angry about?
The plants that died from the freeze, the dead plants in our flower bed,
All
and the
right.
barking dog.
So there's 2 vehicles in the driveway now.
We have 4 because we have my car, his car, the Cadillac, and his son's car.
All right, thank you for the setup.
Thank you.
So it is a lot of
Wow.
cars.
So,
It
he,
is
so he's
lot
got a
of
car
cars.
in front of his house that doesn't work. It sounds like you and your truck.
Yes, my poor truck failed inspection, and I can't get it fixed. Okay. So I actually recorded this probably about 2 weeks ago when rodeo was still going on. So you'll hear a mention of the rodeo in here towards the end. But yeah, let's call him up and see if we can get these cars moved or at least started. Now I'm going to call him as soon as he leaves his house at 6 o'clock in the morning because we saw him pull out.
Oh,
Here-
gosh.
Hello, Mr. Federico?
This is he.
Hey, I'm so sorry to call you so early. Seen you go out the neighborhood. This is Richard Hunt from the Homeowners Association.
Uh-huh.
I'm just calling, sir, because we've been having trouble getting a hold of you in regards to the situation with all the vehicles. I'm glad that you were able to get one of them started this morning and you headed on out to work, but the rest of them,
Okay.
the neighbors are saying it's looking like a used car lot over there.
How many cars are there at my house?
Sir, there's been quite a number. I think you've finally started to minimize them, sell them off or something like that. But the blue caddy with the no tags, and it's looking like a CarMax over there.
Really?
Yes, sir. You know what I'm talking about, that Cadillac.
Yeah.
They don't run?
Yeah, it runs.
Sir, it looks more Caddy-Wampus, okay? And then the other 3 hoopties?
Oh, man, there ain't no hoopties there, my friend.
Sir, we tried to check them out, but you got dogs running around there like a junkyard. You know how it is. And we can't even inspect them and see if they running or such.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, they run. They loud, too. You should have heard me this morning.
Yes, sir. We don't appreciate that. And then y'all froze your yard and it's all dead.
No. It just came to life. I just planted some weed seeds.
Sir, it looks more like a graveyard, okay? So let's...
Oh, man.
I was hoping you could donate that blue one to the VFW Monster Truck and Smash next weekend in Conroe.
I thought about donating it to 104 KRBE, to be honest with you.
Darn it, I don't know what you're talking about on that now.
I was going to see if maybe Roula and Ryan wanted to go and go half and half on it.
It's blue. It's giving neighbors the blue. And now I'm sad having to chastise and berate you. Oh, damn. What gave it away? Was it the hoopty?
Nah, it was that I listen to 104 every day.
Oh, well, I love to hear that. And I'm so...
Every day. My wife, I know my wife was in on this. Gotta be, because she knows I listen to it every day.
She didn't tell me that you listen every day, so Sarah set this up.
Yeah, I know it. She's crazy.
Well, I've come to make you an offer you can't refuse, but I'm rodeo clowning tonight.
That was a good one.
Do you know what to say at the end of the call?
Yes. I've been pranked by Special K, of course. Who else is going to prank me?
Yeah! I love it! He
got you.
He got
Busted
you.
a little bit.
That
I got a
was
little bit
so
into it.
Fun.
I think he knew
Oh my
right from the
gosh.
get-go.
That's
You're laughing
awesome.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Cadillac.
Looks like a junkyard.
Cattywampus. Oh, man. Okay, if y'all want to get somebody in your life pranked by Special K, you got to go to krbe.com/prank call requests. And you can specify even if there's a character voice that you like. You know, there's a lot of them. And you got that guy. You got Leviticus
I have
Fagerton.
23
Or
voices.
is it 23?
Yeah, it's 23 voices
In
that
your
I-
head.
Yeah, in my head. And when you do fill out the form on the website, it'll have a place to put your phone number. So I'm gonna call you. Don't be surprised if you get a call out of the blue from Special K in the morning.
I guess you
to
could
set
text
this
them.
up.
Maybe text and say,
You
hey.
text and say, hey, I'm about to call you. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Special K.
Promise
Can
you
you
don't
pick
use
up?
your own phone.
Yeah, that's
What they should do is
He doesn't want to
issue
put his number
you
out.
a company cell phone, and it's got an ID that says Special K on it.
You can use...
Yeah,
George!
just go buy a burner phone. I'm sure Booster wouldn't care if you had that just laying around.
No, not at all. Totally fine.
What's
it's
this for?
only utilized for work.
Well, why are so
specifically.
many people showing their junk on a prank request?
What's happening there?
Now, listen, coming up at 9 a.m., I do have that Madonna mix. It is all Madonna in prep for the concert tonight. She was here last night.
Yeah.
Came on at about 10 p.m. She's there this night. And then I'll be at the concert with Ahmad and
me.
Audrey and Roula. If you see us, please say hi. Take
What's
some
your
pictures.
which eras are you going to be dressed
yeah.
as?
Because that's what you're supposed to do is dress
I
in the
know.
eras. Well, I was looking at the Die Another Day because that's real easy. You just look like a prisoner. And
The James
Aren't you dressed as
Bond
the
there.
Matador?
I said I put a crow on my head. I'd be the Frozen video.
you could bust out your rodeo garb for
Yeah.
the
Music?
Yeah, for
Who's
the
doing,
Yeah,
the
music
cone,
look.
who's doing the cone breasts?
Maybe somebody is. Who knows?
I'm sure.
Get him out to do that.
People go old school with her original '80s look, with all the lace and the necklaces.
And
bow in
Eric's
their hair.
sister-in-law, she was just
Yeah.
there last night when wearing her Madonna bow and pearls, and
Yeah.
she
went
looked so
80s.
cute.
I wish I had the photo of her. She dressed up like Madonna back in the day, like that 85, 86 Madonna with the same look because all the girls did that back then, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was the first look of Madonna. Was like the lace gloves
Yeah.
with the bow in your hair and lots of necklaces and the tank top.
That's what I guess she was doing.
So the Friday free for all at 9:00 is all Madonna all the time. She was on last night from 10:10, and people said she finished right before 1 a.m. So
I think my
it's-
wife was home at 1, and then Isabel Castillo,
got home
she
before
called
1
at
a.m.
12:52.
okay.
Okay.
And she had just gotten home, or she was just
She was-
leaving.
Well, if she called at 12:52, that means the concert was over. And my wife, I thought it was like 1 something. I was,
Yeah.
You know how it is when you wake up.
So thank God it's a Friday, y'all. But I'm sorry if you're conflicted because maybe you had other plans for Good Friday, and because it's a rescheduled show, she was supposed to be here September 14th.
It was.
so glad
This
it's
is
on
a
Friday now.
rescheduled show from September 14th.
At least you got a Friday for you
and
guys.
we're so glad we got a Friday. So we'll be at that show tonight. If you see us, say hi. We love to meet everybody. Now, coming up next, dumb question, Amnesty. It is not the last day of March, but that is happening on Easter Sunday, which means this is the closest we can get to it, which means we open up our phone lines to you at 713-390-KRBE. If there is a question you don't know the answer to, maybe it's a question you don't know how to find the answer because it's about us
Or you could
radio,
ask
or
anything about the
Houston.
show.
Maybe you don't even know why it's called Good Friday. Why? What's so good about it? It's a pretty bad day.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pretty bad day, actually.
Good point.
That'll be the first one we answer. Why is it called Good Friday on Good Friday? And your questions, too. 713-390-KRBE. Dumb question. Amnesty next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRBE.
Now, time for Roula and Ryan's Dumb Question Amnesty.
My question is,
Amnesty.
where are all the callers?
Well, there are a lot of people are off their schedule today because Good Friday.
So you can call right now. The lines are wide open. 713-390-5723. You can ask us anything. Could even be about the show, behind the scenes, whatever.
I'm going to start it off with why is Good Friday called Good Friday when it's a pretty bad Friday for Christ? If you are a Christian, this is the holiest of weeks because Easter is on Sunday, and this is the week of the Passion of the Christ. He is crucified on the cross, and then he comes back and he resurrects, and that's why we celebrate Easter. But this is a pretty heavy day in biblical times. This is the worst day. Why is it called Good Friday? Well, they say it was good because if he had not died, he could not have resurrected. So the turn of events actually were good because he sacrificed himself.
Look at the whole picture.
Yeah, it's like the big picture. It's also called like Passion Friday. They say in Old English, good also meant like, what was the word? I can't remember. They said back in the day, they said good also meant what? I can't remember what they said. Not great or grief, but something like good, even though it was dark. So they say basically you had to go through a bad thing to get to a good thing. And then, I always, they call Jesus as the Lamb of God because he sacrificed himself. For years, people have always asked me, why do Greeks eat lamb on Easter? And I never really had the right answer other than I thought it was just the most available livestock in the region. I wasn't really wrong on that, actually, because they don't have a lot of cows grazing in the mountains of Greece. There's a lot of lambs. And at the rodeo this year, I learned that there's the lamb, the sheep, and the mutton. It's all the same thing. There's the ages. Y'all know this?
No.
And, mutton busting, those are old sheep, 3 years plus. I read that when I was at rodeo.
How old do sheep last?
I don't know how long they live for, but mutton are the old guys, lambs are the babies, and sheep is the males. The EWE is the female sheep. So you have lambs, which are young, and then sheep, and then mutton. They're all the same thing. They just call something different.
Okay.
For their ages.
So a sheep lasts 10 to 12 years. I should have just called my brother.
Yeah, he's
Kevin, my brother Kevin is an ag professor.
And he raises sheep with his students?
Yeah, he has.
Probably
Absolutely. He does all livestock, basically.
Yeah, because that's like, Eric for years has been celebrating Easter with my family because it was just fun. And
Yep. Especially when I moved here, I didn't have anybody.
Right.
Because I moved here around this time, April in 2003 is when I moved, April 2nd.
Yeah, so there's lots of celebration when it comes to Greeks, how they celebrate their Easter. But I think that I never really knew what exactly was the significance of the lamb again. Oh, yeah.
You never got the satisfaction to dye eggs then,
I did when I was a kid.
Yours are just red, right?
Y'all just
We
did
do
red.
red traditionally, but we also did pastel ones for the fun, like the pause
that's what
box. You know that? I can never quite get those to look good. I like the ones that were like shrinky dinks. You could
you wrap around
shrink
it?
wrap that little thing around it.
Yeah, I remember
those?
that.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, there was a pause
said
box,
dye.
PAAS. You know that dye brand, pause,
yeah.
PAAS.
Yeah.
And one of them was these little wrappers, and you would put the egg in the boiling water, and the heat would like suction the wrapper to the egg. But then that made it hard for cracking.
I just always remember
Right?
when we colored the eggs.
It sounded like you said crackhead
crack-
instead of crack
Not be a
eggs.
crackhead.
I was like, what?
But when we colored the eggs, there was vinegar. You always smelled vinegar. Why was vinegar used?
Because I think it helps penetrate the egg.
The eggshell?
The
White
eggshell.
vinegar. They say they even do that, like when you want to poach eggs, you put some white vinegar in the water and it poaches them nice and
Is that why?
and firm instead of having the whites fly all over the water.
Oh,
The white vinegar, like a tablespoon or a teaspoon in your boiling water when you're trying to poach eggs, will make a great poached egg. But you don't want to be too much, because then it's too pungent.
But a lot of people use plastic
Pungent.
eggs now.
Pungent. Plastic eggs, what?
Well, I mean, for like Easter egg hunts, things like that.
The candy in it.
I found one that was like, I literally had one of these break down and cry moments where it's like I found an over 20 year. My dad, it'll be 20 years since he passed, and he did these Easter egg hunts for us even as adults. And I tried to carry on that tradition with my kid, and I found this egg, and it still had the voucher. He put like little vouchers for money inside of them.
He didn't actually put the
inside
money
the
in there?
eggs. He did on some of them, but some of them he had like a grand prize, and it was so sweet.
Fun. Micah's up for Dumb Question Amnesty at 713-390-KRB. Hi, Micah.
Hey, Roula. Sorry,
Hi.
just took you off speakerphone.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, because on speakerphone, the phone does not agree with that. What is your question, Micah?
All right. Roula, Sam, what are y'all's favorite sandwiches? This question is totally open to Brian, Eric, and Special K as well.
Sandwiches with Sam?
Which is our favorite sandwich?
Sandwiches with Sam used to be your bit.
Sandwiches with Sam.
You know that's for her show.
Still waiting
to
to get sponsored. So I can have a
Jersey
sandwich
Mike's
every single
sponsor
day.
Sam's.
Come on.
Sandwiches with Sam.
Ooh, a sandwich.
What's
If I
your
had to
favorite
make-
sandwich?
If I had to make a sandwich where I didn't have to work, I have what I call food adultery when I'm not
They
going to
actually
be
asked
seeing
Roula and
somebody.
Sam.
but he said it's open to everybody.
He said to everybody, Kevin.
He did ask that at first. I'm like, oh, guess
That's fine. Don't worry
Guess he
about it.
doesn't
Go
care
ahead,
about us three. He doesn't care about Ryan and Eric and Kevin.
Good. I like
Thanks a lot.
it. Thanks, Micah. You can call every day.
Oh, Sam.
Okay. Well,
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you, Sam.
Thank you.
since we're joking about sandwiches with Sam, why don't you tell us if you did really do that segment? What is
Yeah.
your favorite sandwich, Sam?
Ooh, I used to love BLTs. Just the simple mayo, lettuce, bacon, and tomato.
But did you toast it?
Toast, yes,
Really
absolutely
she likes it
toast.
soft.
I like soft
Oh,
bread.
no.
I want toast.
And
Toast
no
the
mayo.
bread.
Soft.
Oh, I love the mayo.
you
I
want
feel like
hard.
it mixes really well with everything. So I think it would either be a BLT or if I'm feeling like, I'm not going to have to work afterwards, a Philly cheesesteak. And then my third would be an Italian.
Oh,
Those are my top three.
I didn't know that cheesesteak was allowed to be part of this.
I know. I don't feel
Why?
like
How's it
sandwiches
not
like
a-
meatball subs and cheesesteaks
I feel like a
are
sandwich
sandwiches.
has to be
How's it not a
cold.
sandwich?
Yeah, if you're putting
Yeah.
cooked meat in it, it no longer is a sandwich.
What?
What do you
if
think,
I go to
Micah?
Jersey Mike's, you can go to that and get
That
that's
is
a
true.
sandwich.
I know, but I don't
It's
feel
a-
like it's
it's a cheesesteak. It's not a sandwich. It's a cheesesteak.
It's a sandwich.
So, Micah, what do you think about cheesesteaks? Should we call those sandwiches?
Yes, cheesesteak, definitely a sandwich.
Thank you.
Cooked meat totally belongs in a sandwich. All Thanksgiving
It's all
leftovers
cooked.
can be turned into a sandwich.
All Thanksgiving
You know what I'm saying?
leftovers can be turned into a sandwich.
As long as you get 2 pieces of bread, it counts as a sandwich.
Exactly.
Well, then what if I put a pickle just around a piece of bread? Is that a pickle sandwich?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is a hot
Is it
dog
really?
a sandwich because it's between two pieces?
Yeah, hot dog's not a sandwich.
A hot dog is not a sandwich.
Why is it? Why
It just
not?
isn't.
Because
I mean,
it's
if you
weird. It's
ask
a
9 out
bun
of 10 people
with
on
a
the
hot
street, is a
dog.
hot dog a sandwich? We'll do 5 calls says it all.
It's
Is a
a
hot
class all
dog a
its own, a hot
sandwich
dog.
or is it
Can
a
the
hot
phones are full.
Yeah.
crap?
You can text us 37530. I don't think a hot dog is a sandwich. It's a hot dog bun with a hot dog in it.
It's just
It's not called a
semantics, right?
sandwich.
Just
I think it's under the
it's in that
Sub-
world.
category.
If I had to pick a sandwich,
Yeah.
it's so basic, but it's easy and I can do it every day. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Easy.
That's your favorite sandwich?
That's my go-to sandwich. If I
Pretty
actually
classic.
made a sandwich, like I was like, man, I'm really craving a sandwich. I want like butter lettuce. I want some salt and pepper. I want some olive oil and some red wine vinegar. I'll put some turkey and all this stuff. No onions, no onions, no onions, no onions. Because I think they're way too pungent in a cold sandwich.
Stinky.
But I have started to like not like ham, guys.
What?
Yes, isn't that shocking? I grew up on ham and cheese sandwiches.
Oh, you
and
burn out.
I think I'm burned out. I
Yeah.
cannot do ham and
A hot
sandwich.
ham and cheese sandwich.
No, God, no. Oh, God, no.
With Swiss cheese?
No, I cannot do ham. Jersey Mike's brought us sandwiches the other day, and I was like, ooh, there's ham and turkey together. I don't think I can eat that.
That Jersey Mike's.
I'm burned
they
out
brought
on
it?
ham.
That because you guys don't eat cheese. I don't like cheese unless it's like melted.
It's so thin.
But I had that ham and provolone, and I've been there now.
It's
The one in
delicious.
Kirby, I've been there like 4 times in the last 2 weeks.
More ham and provolone?
And the way they put, because I never put like the
Mike's
Oregano.
Way.
the
Yeah,
Mike's
the
Way,
seasoning.
the seasoning, all that sauces. I never did that. I just grew up, baloney kid,
Just
white,
plain-
so
white
white farm
plain.
boy that just grew up with boring, no.
But you're not that
mustard.
person anymore. What would be your favorite sandwich be right now in 2024?
like that ham and cheese, the
Kevin?
provolone.
The Mike's Way Jersey
Mike's Way.
Mike's sandwich.
The Wawa chicken salad sub.
And what? So it's just
Oh,
chicken
so now
salad
a
with lettuce,
sub
or
is
no?
a sandwich?
A sub is a sandwich.
What is a
Well,
sandwich?
why is my Philly
It's called a
cheesesteak not
submarine
sub?
sandwich.
Why
How
is
about
my
yours,
Philly
Ryan?
cheesesteak not a
Chicken?
I actually like deli sliced thin turkey, little provolone, little vinegar and oil,
That's so good.
some salt and
Peppers?
pepper. Oh, I love like
about a
the
pickle?
the pickled peppers.
Like
Yeah, I'll
some
throw a
muffaletta
pickle
mix,
in there.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what you
Oh,
mean?
Potbelly has those
Potbelly
Potbelly peppers.
has the best sandwiches.
Their sandwiches are great, but I love those hot peppers.
Which one do you
gosh.
recommend? Because I always just get the roast beef with the mozzarella cheese on it, and they melt it.
Believe it or
And
not,
mayo.
Yeah.
their chicken salad
I like their
is
chicken salad.
the bomb.
We're
It
gonna
is
get
so
real
good.
hungry.
Eric, I went there with you and our friend Dr. J to have lunch, and they have a chicken salad. So they basically give you a salad
Uh-huh.
that has like craisins and spinach and whatever,
Yeah,
and then they
raisins
put a
about-
scoop craisins,
Oh.
cranberry, the dried cranberries,
Even worse.
and they
Yeah.
scoop the chicken salad on it, and then you
Yeah.
can mix it all up together, and it's so good.
The chicken salad chick. out in Katy. Remember they brought
brought
us
food here.
Yes. And so they have all different flavors of chicken salad. They have a spicy one, a more oniony one, OG. So if you're headed out to Katy, oh man, it is so
What's that place?
good.
Brown Bag Deli. The first time Kevin and I ever had our first date.
Brown
He
bag
invited me out there
I
to
heard
pick
their
my
sandwiches
brain.
are huge, huh?
The bread was really good. I had that turkey and
The bread is everything too.
although I had to pay for it. No,
I was poor. It was 2003.
But
You
you
paid
don't
for
know.
my lunch
$10
too.
an hour.
I know, but the
Thank
difference
you.
is, Sam, in this story, Special
When
K
we first
invited
started?
Eric to lunch.
and to
then
pick my
Eric
brain
paid
and to
for
learn
it.
about producing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
you
didn't
make money.
treat
You're
him.
fine.
Yeah.
We don't feel bad.
That's
We
how
don't
I
feel
did-
bad for you.
That time I lived on a couch. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was just
man.
etiquette.
Yeah, if I'm going out with somebody and I think that they're going to somehow advance my career, I'm picking up the tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked though. I hired him.
Yeah.
So you can talk about it and troll him about that story for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
I'm like, I'm gonna
Control
hold
me
this
for the
over
next
you.
20
For
years.
20 years.
He's like,
You
here's
didn't
the
pay
$6.
for the sandwich.
Leave me alone.
You didn't pay for the sandwich. All right, we're going to go to, let me see. Hold on a second. AB, I think, is next up. 713-390-KRBE. Dumb question, Amnesty. Hi, AB. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What's your question?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys ever on a TV show, like it'll say the cast. Like growing up, I used to watch Sister, and it'll say like Tia, Tamara, Tia and Tamara, and then it has like the cast, and then it only has one person that says like their real name, and then in parentheses it says like to act like their name, like for example, like Eddie Shaw plays as Ray, and
Okay.
it's only one. So
like a featured player.
why?
You're asking about credits in a TV
but
show.
why
Featured
just
player.
one person.
So in a lot of shows growing up, especially, I don't know if they do it now. I haven't paid attention to the credits with Netflix and Hulu and all that. You fast forward through all that. But back in the day, it used to be like, let's say, for example, Full House. They would show the people, right? They show Bob Saget.
Yeah.
And they'd show John Stamos and they'd show Candace Cameron. And sometimes they'd say, and blah, 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 as Kimmy Gibbler. Right? They say the name.
I think of like Melrose plays Heather Locklear.
Oh, yeah. That was
as
in her
featuring,
contract.
like,
It's a marquee player,
Yeah,
is
she's
what
like-
they're saying.
It's in their
I'm not just
contract.
one of the little cast members. I'm carrying this show.
Yeah.
Put my
Yeah,
name
I'm
in like
featured.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
featured.
Well, they do that at the end, too. They put all the, if you're the last person in the cast, they put the big one right there at the end.
Yeah.
And starring so-and-so as Uncle Blank.
But I think that's like a contract thing. That's what.
Yeah,
they do that.
definitely, AB, that's a contract business
Ego.
thing.
Yep.
It is about like, hey, I'm the star of this show, and that's how you're going to position me in the credits so that people know. You're right. Heather Locklear is the best example
I was
because
thinking
back
that.
in the day of Melrose Place, AB, I don't know how old you are, but she turned that series upside down. She made that series something America could not
I
wait
just
for
feel like
the
you
next
can tell
episode.
the ego of an actor by the scrolling, and because that time it says in order of appearance of the movie. Like say the main character, say Leonardo DiCaprio he didn't show up till the third scene, so they'd have all the other actors' names then his.
Yeah, if they go in alphabetical or
whoever
or
showed up in the movie,
appearance.
whoever appeared in the movie first gets their name.
But also,
But
it's not
a lot of
really.
the movies don't
it's
like
more
that.
business than it would be ego because you are the star that you will draw the crowd to
But that's
that
what I'm saying.
show.
It's ego wise. Like
Even if you only have 5 minutes on screen.
Although
if you're like somebody really you're confident in your ability, like you know what, we're a team here.
Yeah, but if you're a studio executive, you're Paramount Pictures or Universal or whatever, and you know that Leo DiCaprio is going to
gonna
be the
bring in-
person that
Well,
brings
that's at the
in
end
the
of the movie,
audience.
though. I'm not saying during the advertisements.
Yeah.
I'm just saying end of the movie. No one stays anyway. You leave. You don't even see that.
True.
So in this
How many of
case,
those
you're saying what?
gaffers?
Like is there the fifth one down?
Yeah, did you ever notice that?
No.
A lot of movies they
Sometimes.
do it. It'll say in order of an appearance, their appearance of the movie.
Yeah.
And it just so you don't see the main, like say Tom Cruise isn't in it till like the seventh person.
Oh, okay. I have noticed an order of appearance, but
Yeah, to me that shows me that person doesn't have an ego. That actor doesn't care.
or something about the production.
They already
people,
know
because
you're in the movie. They
look at-
finished the movie and they're
Yeah.
like, okay.
What if the movie doesn't have after Titanic shook the world with how everyone was obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, they quickly tried to turn around and make money on The Man in the Iron Mask. Remember that?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
what was that Leo movie
Yeah,
with
that
the mask? And people didn't think that was that good, but they just capitalized on his name and oh my gosh.
Well, here's
And then
something
when I
else that happens,
Hold on one second. And then when I was watching the Netflix movies that made us, when they were trying to get Elf made, Will Ferrell to us now was Will Ferrell.
Yep.
But at the time he was not Will Ferrell. Old School had not come out yet. The studio gave such a hard time, well, who's your star? Who's the big name? Who are we going to put first? And I think maybe if we look at those cast options, it'll be in order of appearance because there wasn't a Will Ferrell yet.
Yeah.
I have to double check.
But what you're
then
saying-
he became a huge star and it was a huge movie.
what you're saying about how Man in the Iron Mask came out right after that. Here's what happens. A lot of times they film these movies. They sit in the can for years, and then all of a sudden, wait a second, this star just had a breakout
Like
movie.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was like their first movie.
It was nowhere, and then all of a sudden those two made it big, and then all of a sudden they released it.
Let's release it now.
Did you know that, Sam, that they were in there?
I had no idea.
It wasn't the
and it was
original.
terrible.
The
It was like
original
one of
came
their
out 50 years ago.
And it was one of their like first roles. Renee
Movies.
Zellweger even always says like that was
Scary.
terrible.
It was
That was
awful.
a terrible movie. Terrible
when you
acting,
live in
terrible
Texas.
script. It is terrifying.
It's scary.
It is terrifying.
Hey, what about Jennifer Aniston? She was in Leprechaun.
But that was out before she was famous.
Yeah, she's just trying to be famous.
Yeah. Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, if you want to go to Madonna tonight and you went last night, well, we've gotten all the tea on what time she actually comes out, what time she actually finishes. And we'll give you all the scoop on that next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
From Hollywood to H-Town
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
on KRBE.
All right, so we just played Texas Hold'em by Beyonce. You know, she's got Jolene out now. Well, actually, midnight, the album came out, Cowboy Carter. And I talked about this yesterday. I don't know which hour I talked about it. But when I first saw the image for her album cover, I thought, oh, well, that's from the rodeo, from the Grand Entry.
Looks like it.
When the lady comes out on the big white horse with the American flag and she has those fireworks coming out of the flagpoles. I'm going to assume that's Beyonce's inspiration. So Jolene is a huge song for Dolly Parton. It's such a fun song. It's been redone 79 times. Does Beyonce make number 80 or number 79? I'm not sure. But a lot of people have covered Jolene. It has made a ton of money for Dolly. And here now is Beyonce's version of Jolene here on the Roula and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. Your shot with someone else, Jolene. So that's out now. And
I like that.
Dolly Parton said that, you know, when you were talking about hussy with the good hair, it's like the same thing as Jolene.
I love
Becky
that.
with the good
Becky
hair.
with the good hair.
It's so fun.
But I mean, think about it. That is a 50-year-old song still with life in it.
Well, of course.
And
I mean,
it just like
51 now, right?
Yeah.
because she
yeah,
wrote it
came
in
out in 73.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, Madonna's in town. She was here last night for her first night at the Toyota Center. Things you need to know from people that we know that went, because I'm not going to go until tonight. Special K's going tonight. Amaz's going tonight. Well, a bunch of us are going tonight because it's Friday and we know she comes out late. And we have to wake up early for the Roula and Ryan Show. So I was not going to go Thursday night. But she does not come out until, get your butt in the seat by 10. Because Bob the Drag Queen comes out at 10:05 last night is when my friend said hit the stage. And then Madonna came out at 10:12.
They have
And then
DJ
she finished
though
at like
and stuff.
12:35.
You get there early and
it is fun,
have
but I'm
some
just saying,
drinks and get
don't
the
go
vibe.
You might
don't
want
go
to
at
get partied
7.
up because they're going to cut the alcohol off early.
Right, they do
time.
cut the bar. Now, listen, the reason I'm saying that is because some people don't want to. You have like a good mood high about you when you're going to a concert, and you're thinking, oh, the tickets at 7:30 or 8. Let me get there right. Let me be the first one in the door. Well, just know you have almost 3 hours ahead of you,
And there's no air conditioning.
and she turns off the AC. So you know,
Is there air
like,
conditioning out in the concourse?
I don't know that answer.
Like you
because
walk out and
The last time I went to a
Yeah, the hallway
Toyota
a lot.
Center show where the AC was off, it was for George Michael years ago, and. God, that was years ago.
But they do that
and I don't
because-
remember the concourse being hot, but I definitely remember inside was so hot because he turned
They
it
like
off for
it
his
hot
voice.
and humid for their vocal cords.
So if you maybe have an answer on the concourse being refreshing, I doubt it. I don't know how they could keep the bowl hot and the concourse cool. I think it's either all or nothing.
Right.
I would just assume it's that way for Toyota Center. But yeah, she does do all the hits. The Dallas show, some of those reviews, people were not so happy with her because they said that she didn't have like the best attitude. They didn't feel like. But last night we got raving reviews.
my
from
wife
everyone
liked
that-
it. I can't remember. It was like 1 in the morning, 1:30.
When she came home.
Yeah, and you know when you talk for a minute. I'm like, how's
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So you're sound
You
asleep.
made it safely.
She's
I saw
crawling
her and I
in bed.
asked her, but then I can't remember.
Was Sebi barking, and that's what woke you?
I can't remember. I don't even know how I woke up. I just
Oh,
saw her
that's
like
funny.
walking around to her side of the bed. I hate that. And you talk, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. 'Cause I can fall
So you got to
asleep.
write things down. If you're like almost asleep and you
Yeah.
got a great idea, you got to write it down because you'll never remember it in the
A
morning.
lot of people texting her like me with the Roadhouse last week. How I hated them trying to even have a Roadhouse movie with the name. People are not liking.
Did not like the
stuff.
movie.
The
they're not
Instagram
liking the-
videos of the remake of Conor
Oh, the
McGregor. God, I can't stop laughing.
And now people
I've
are
not seen
bashing. They
those.
want Dolly Parton's Jolene. They don't like this one. I'm like, well,
He just
It's
walks with
different.
like
I like it.
his shoulders all puffed
I like
up.
it.
The friend that told me it was really hot last night was listening to us. Hi, Lana. And she said her voice is still amazing. She looked good. Yes, it was hot. No AC. Dress comfortably. Have a great time. So that's when we know. She'll come out at get your butt in the seat by
10.
10.
Now,
Here we go.
time for the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Oh, the Astros did lose opening game 5-4 to the Yankees.
Even though we were winning 4-0.
the funny part is
Framber was not
Dang
on
it.
his game.
the Yankees, they're like royalty in the MLB, and they've lowered themselves to like trolling yesterday when they won the first game of the season. There's like 161 games.
Oh, I know.
Oh
left.
my God!
They acted like that was their
Eric,
world.
how'd they do in the playoffs? How did they?
That's what I'm saying. How far they've come. They used to like brag about being their World Series rings, which most of them they won when they only had 8 teams in the league, and they're bragging about all this stuff. Now they're bragging about a victory over the Astros. How far they've fallen in Game 1.
Well, we are their Mount Everest.
That's true. We are their World Series.
Daddy Yankee.
It's true.
Is Altuve to the Yankees. He's their daddy.
See what happens tonight.
I thought for sure Altuve. Everyone was waiting for that moment in the bottom of the ninth. Like, come on, Altuve, let's go. Because we had 2 guys on, and Dubon tried to make it, but he didn't make it, even though we challenged. And unfortunately, we lost. That soured me.
Okay, so this is all over the paper right now at Cron.com. It's also on all the news services about Trill Burgers, okay? Started by Bun B. There's lawsuits going on. Bun B is suing 2 former employees, okay, alleging they misused $45,000 in Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo earnings to prop up a separate but failing restaurant. The lawsuit was filed against siblings Patsy and Benson Vivares, who helped start the burger business.
So they're not employees, like
Yeah, they're co-founders.
I think employees, I think of
somebody at the register. Telling you how much your burger
Well,
is.
in the article, they list them as employees. The former employees have filed a petition within the August 2023 lawsuit claiming, among other things, that the burger business was not Bun B's idea alone. An additional hearing is anticipated in April on whether their counterclaim can continue. The suits by Trill Burgers and the Vivares are seeking a jury trial.
Whoever thought of it made a damn good burger.
I've never
Those
had
fries. It's good.
You put the fries in the burger?
Yeah. No, I mean, you could. They're crunchy fries. They're like, well, what would you say was on the fries?
How would
They're
you
coated like with a
describe
little extra crunch on this outside.
Little breading.
Oh, they battered?
Yeah,
See,
I
battered,
guess
yeah,
battered.
Like, it's like a dental fry, but it's got like crunchies on it.
It's
Okay,
a good
that must be
crunch.
battered.
It's not soggy. It's a good crunch.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Speaking of Ahmad, he was on the street yesterday as it was opening day for the Houston Astros. So Ahmad on the street. It's Ahmad.
Oh, yeah, you gotta play your theme.
I gotta play the
Out
theme.
on the
baby.
street.
I'm
Okay.
trying to find out if you're smarter than a Yankees fan.
Okay, we're going to find out next on the Roula and Ryan Show.